We're gonna get this right one of these
Woo!
times.
No,
and
we're
it's not
not.
going to be night. It's not going to be tonight. Hello and welcome to Funny Science Fiction, the live edition. That's right. Funny Science Fiction, the live edition, where we routinely make mistakes before we get the show started. So,
and Kathleen has an avalanche off of her desk.
You know, I had a whole nother, self-deprecating intro ready to go, but I think we'll just stick with that one.
Oof. I think our presence is self-deprecating enough.
Exactly. But I'm going to give it a try anyway. All right, so welcome to the Funny Science Fiction. My voice just cracked. That's awesome. That's going to be going on
12 years old again.
Into perpetuity. That's great. That's good. All right. So welcome to the Funny Science Fiction podcast. The live edition, of course, the podcast that tried to say Quizatch Hatteratch 3 times fast and accidentally summoned the friendly Zool puppies from Ghostbusters instead. Whoopsies.
Quizatch Hatteratch. I can't do it. Sorry.
Quizatch Hatteratch. Once. All right. Yeah. So let's see. We've already got Was in the house. Happy Monday.
Whoop, whoop.
We're taking that off the screen. He's posting blasphemous things. And Jason Taylor says, "Hi, Greg Brady. I mean, Tim."
Who's posting blasphemous things?
Your husband. He's talking about the season that's coming that we don't discuss.
50 days until winter?
So anyway, it was nice to have Kathleen with us too. I got to put her back on the screen quickly because she will actually leave the show for the night.
I will. I'm just going to bed if you kick me out.
You muted yourself, Tim.
I'm not muted. She can hear me.
I can hear you.
That's a you problem, Nick.
My bad.
You had Tim muted. All right.
We are off to a screaming start, folks.
Welcome, everybody.
Before we get into tonight's show, we need to say thanks to our show partners, River City Tees and Level Up Lightsabers.
Let's roll that beautiful nerd footage.
With over 700 designs to choose from, River City Tees has something for everyone. Need some new nerd merch? River City Tees has you covered. Need funny or sarcastic designs? River City Tees has you covered. Are you looking for a new logo or custom design? Whether you need 1 or 100, River City Tees has you covered. With multiple colors and options for each and every design. With things to choose from like shirts, hoodies, phone cases, coffee mugs, and so much more. Be sure to follow River City Tees on Facebook and Instagram. If you do, you'll get the latest on designs and information about upcoming sales. River City Tees. Let's make a shirt together.
All right, that's half of our show sponsors. The other half, everybody's favorite, Level Up Lightsabers!
This one right here.
Alrighty, and unless you're new here, and if you are, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Otherwise, episode description, link, thingy, comments. It's all down there. Go buy a lightsaber.
It's in the thing.
Go buy a lightsaber. Buy a lightsaber.
The thing that's not on the screen.
Forget about your rent. Go pay a lightsaber.
I'm getting there, Nick. You boss me around.
And tonight, we welcome back to the show, Mick. Casey. From the Scene Snobs.
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks for having us.
It's so great to be here.
Thank you for not running away when Tim said you could.
Yeah, what is this rinky-dink operation you guys have here, giving me fake Obi-Wan Kenobi trailers?
Well, you see here, we're unpaid help, and
we're unpaid and we suck at our job. So congratulations.
You get what you pay for, Tim.
I could have
We
swore
don't
I saw
suck at our jobs. You just
link to that.
You know what? I beg to differ. I've seen some of the quality work we did to start this show. I'm kind of thinking we suck.
No, you're all fantastic. Stop
We
putting
will
yourselves
rally
down.
and we'll get better tonight.
All glorious humans that will forge forward.
Woo!
Oh boy, you are putting far too much faith.
I still need you just to like read off daily affirmations so that in the morning when I'm having like a craptastic morning, I can be like, what is Casey going to say nice to me? And you'll say something and it'll be fantastic.
Talk about how glorious the day is that you're able to spend time with your wonderful daughter and how exciting that will be to grow within the seed within your soul.
That is beautiful.
Right?
Though, have you seen the picture of my daughter that my husband posted today?
The one of her.
Oh,
yourself?
my word!
Amazing.
Good.
It's amazing.
That's just par for the course. That's going to happen lots more times.
It is. This is not the first time it's happened. The first time it happened, when we asked her what happened, she goes, Daddy wasn't watching me.
Classic.
Love it.
Bus meet John. Anyway.
That is awesome. Well, hey, before we jump into tonight's topic, Casey, Mick, why don't you guys take a minute, tell everybody about the Snobs, where they can find you, and what y'all do.
All right. Well, yeah, we are the Scene Snobs. You can check us out on the Scene Snobs podcast. We're live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We also have a couple of other shows called Mix Movie Picks and Real Combat over on our YouTube channel. So, yeah, we were doing content every day for our anniversary month of October, but we're thankfully back to a much nicer, slower agenda. But you can go check out content fairly daily all over our social media. I just tell everybody, go to thescenesnobs.com. We got links for everything there, explanations. If you want a good show where we're absurd about movie topics and so much more, just head over there and you'll enjoy it.
Their production quality is much higher than funny science fiction.
True story.
Let's pump the brakes there. All right.
I don't know.
We are
your
not pumping
costume
the brakes.
episode
I
was
put some
pretty
work
great.
into that.
Yes, you do. No, you do amazing work. No one's put it down. I'm saying,
You guys,
you guys got to stop putting yourselves down. All right.
You give
Yes,
it your
that I'm
all.
okay with. You can tell them
That's
to
what
be
I meant.
nicer
That's
to
what-
themselves.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't think we have the level of dedication that you guys have. I don't know if Mick shaved his mustache. I don't know if Nick would. Wow, brain. It's a Monday. Mick shaved his beard. I don't know if Nick would shave his mustache for the show.
Well, I only did it for the makeup that I had to put on last week. I didn't want it all in my beard hair.
And I certainly think that
No one
Tim
puts Mick
and
in a
I
corner.
are far too comfortable in clothes to go as.
Technically, I'm in a corner.
That was some
Only
serious
Mick puts
dedication
Mick
over
in the
there.
corner. I wish I would have kept the geisha video. I should have kept that. That would've been fun.
Yeah, why didn't you keep it?
I don't know, because brain
'Cause
dumb.
you're a dum dum.
Pretty much, yeah.
Brain things
Let's
happen
see.
backwards sometimes. I get it, bro.
Leave Nick's stash
No,
alone.
he doesn't, Jason. He looks weird.
No,
Thanks.
He looks weird.
No, he said that he's saying that Mick looks good, clean shaven.
Yes, and I'm saying that Mick looks weird, clean shaven.
Well,
yeah.
thanks for inviting me, guys. This was fun.
Wow. Okay. See,
Fake
I
Kenobi
thought
trailers telling me I look weird. That's awesome.
I thought
so
we were
happy to be here.
clearly just talking about our co-host, not our wonderful guest that we brought on to
Nope.
bash about his.
I'm
lack of
throwing everybody
facial
under the
hair at
bus
moment.
tonight.
Clearly. How many
Just
Trulies
going.
are you in? About 4?
None. None. I should change that. I should go get a Truly.
I'm the one with the weird patchy beard hair. If you make fun of anyone, this is the stuff to go with. That's why it's
You're
like
always
a blue light thing. It's like I got
I
this
was
whole
gonna say your
creep-tastic.
lighting is always like you barely see you.
Right?
just-
It's the
I-
idea.
I truly appreciate. Well, don't make fun of Casey. I do truly appreciate, because you've already made fun of me. I'm not letting you get away with that one.
Okay, fine.
And you look fantastic, Mick. Don't you
Thank
let
you.
anyone put you down.
I look like a chud, but it's okay.
You cut that out.
Well, listen, let me tell you guys something.
I wasn't worried about it.
I truly appreciate you guys having us on so many times on the show.
Yes, thank you.
And for
It
this
is
very
awesome.
final time that we're going to appear on the show.
He speaks for himself. No promises.
No, we love having you guys on the show. You guys are always a lot of fun. And if we can get through the first 10 minutes without insulting you, then we've done our job. Apparently, we didn't do that tonight. So
Fair.
we did not do that tonight.
To be fair, I am mean
To
to,
be fair.
people I like.
Well, that's true.
I am
Which is why
nice to
she's-
people I don't like.
Which is why she's never mean to me. I feel sad.
I feel like that's a reverse. We need to like okay, so this is no longer funny science fiction. We're on focused on forward. Tell us about the time in your life when you actually told people you don't like how you really feel about them.
You know,
Abort.
my therapist
Get out of there. Get out of
me,
there.
and I think it was because she was sick of dealing with me.
I no longer talk to those people.
I just stick with the voices in my head. They know what's going on.
Exactly.
As long as they're speaking English, I'm all good. All good.
German one is great in here. Let me tell you.
Kathleen is mad because she is the parent of a toddler, and I made a funny comment about toddlers. And I didn't even have her in mind when I made the comment about toddlers. But every parent of toddlers thinks you're talking
horribly
about
offended.
them. And to tie this into science fiction, the toddler had a lightsaber from Level Up Lightsabers.
Nice.
And in all reality, Mick, it is legitimately just that I like beards.
So is my wife.
Guys without beards, super weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, you leave Casey alone.
No, I'm okay with it.
Casey started it.
No, he doesn't.
Casey's got like Keanu Reeves beard, and I love it.
Hold on a
That's
second
really
here.
uncomfortable. It's more like Skeet Ulrich beard.
You
I think
okay?
we're-
There we no, just showing off.
there it is.
I'm showing off the beautiful man patch
that?
that's resting on Casey's chin.
Yep, it's uncomfortable on both sides. That's why I stick with the headset. It covers how weirdly it grows in around here. Yeah,
He's a beautiful man. He's looking good.
come on, keep it going. What else you got?
Just make it darker. Just make it darker in the room, and no one could tell.
Bingo.
Maybe a little mood lighting kind of circling. Just
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's a blue light special. I don't know.
There
Casey,
you go.
what have we
Or-
come into today? What is happening to us?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't know, but
exciting,
this
though.
show is
with the
completely off
ride.
the rails. We
Or
are.
you can have one
Jason
of
is
those.
okay with us being off the rails, so obviously we're doing something right.
That's right. Well,
Right? No.
John is the only nice
Oh.
person in this whole.
Thank you,
thing
John.
here.
I love your face. Te mucho.
See, I also prefer his face with beard on it.
I prefer my John Wass exactly where he belongs, on my face. Oh, sorry.
Love you, Jason.
With
Whoa.
a beard.
Whoa.
well, would you look at that time? It was nice talking to everybody tonight.
Just real. 12 minutes in and breaking up those marriages. All right, Mick.
John has a point. There were rails.
No, it's a hover car, John, obviously.
Oh, there's rails when the Scene Snobs are on. Hold on a sec.
We're going to go stare at them. Oh, God, no.
Sorry. My mirror is
right.
down here.
I also like to point out this is what happens when we take a week off. We have all this pent up, and we took last week off. We did a nice rerun of an interview we did a while back with Anna Graves, voice actress from Star Wars Clone Wars, the voice of Duchess Satine in Star Wars Clone Wars, one of our collective favorite interviews. And so we ran that last week. We took last Monday off. Everybody got to stretch their legs a little bit, and now we have all this pent up energy. We don't know what to do with it.
We
They're
got
just so
we
excited.
got the break we deserved, and we've got our spunk back, and we're gonna talk about Dune and kill the spunk.
I came home.
Let's talk
and
about
we were
Star Wars.
watching.
Ready? George Lucas for you.
You got to start from the bottom of the screen and then go
Oh, that's
up.
right. Yeah, bring it down like over your face.
All right.
This is what geeks do. This is what we really do. In
play with
case
our
anyone
toys.
was wondering, this is the behind the scenes. We sit here and criticize each other of, well, if you actually want to get the angles correct, and in order to properly have it be the same. In fact, no, Nick, but I'm with you, bro. This is what we do.
While playing with tiny light brights.
Score. Yes, and there's Millennium Falcon. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the,
you don't see mine right back there.
Yeah. This is from this is a Kenner model from 1979. It's the diecast.
That's pretty sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. All right, so
Yeah.
I knew what like two of those words meant.
Yes, but Tim, my partner in crime gave this to me as a gift, and I don't care what anybody says. It's special.
I got that one as a graduation gift when I graduated high school.
Okay.
Like
Where I
20 some years ago, Tim.
yeah, more than that. And Jason wants to know what's everyone's favorite toy.
Oh, I got plenty of them.
We could do it like a whole show and tell. That wouldn't take much.
Yeah, seriously. I have to get a new one because my old one is gone from me, but I had the Enterprise, the 1991 that you actually was the die-cast metal that you could separate top and bottom. I love
Right.
that thing.
Whoa.
Play with it to death.
All
I
right.
told you, John.
All right. We're going to use John's comment to get us on target for tonight.
I tried. I said Dune.
Ish. Target
didn't work.
ish.
Book of Boba Fett, baby.
So
Oh, sorry.
John says, I am more of a believer of Arrakis being ancient Tatooine after watching a good version of Dune. So
you still didn't watch all of it.
So tonight we're going to talk about the movie Dune, of course, not the slow burn of stupid that is the 1984 version of
Glory.
Dune. But we're going to talk about the current 2021 version. We're going to talk about what we like, what we didn't like about the movie, and most of all, why Mick's wearing sunglasses and why he was sad that Sting wasn't involved in running around in his metal underoos.
He wears his sunglasses.
Possible
Can
spoilers
we just get
ahead.
the show over with? Because you only invited me on here to say Dune doesn't suck now.
No, actually, that's not why. I actually invited you on because I like usually.
Because he loves you.
I typically like your take on movies. So
Thank you.
I will say that publicly. I like you guys, both you and Casey, your takes on movies. I like your perspective, your viewpoints. So I want to see what
were
you
you
guys
afraid
thought.
to say that publicly for some reason?
Just
Apparently.
well, yeah, because it's gonna be held against me later, and I know that. So
on our show when you come on, yeah.
exactly, that's my point. So but so what I'm curious of is because anytime anybody's going to talk about Dune, there's of course going to be the correlation between the 1984 version and the current version. There has to be comparisons because it's an A and a B, and you have to kind of compare the two. Whereas both versions, I do believe, start off a little slowly, clearly not as slowly as the 1984 version. The 1984 version feels like a long, slow knife going across your skin. So
you haven't read the book.
It's visual anima. Nick, you're muted. We can't hear your snarky comments over there.
I said, how else are you supposed to get past the shields?
So first off, let's talk about what we did like.
Jason Momoa.
Actually, yeah, but like as an actor,
Mhm.
right?
Great.
I think my
Who saw it
best,
coming?
the
And
best
see-
review I read about that was you have all of these characters with names that fit this 10,000 year in the future movie and film, and then you have Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be Casey who said it.
Yeah, because that is ridiculous, but also, I mean, it makes sense. You figure there's got to be one American who can trace their lineage back by that point.
And I
if
love
they're
that
humans,
even
True.
that far in the future, there's still Jessicas.
yeah, right.
I think it was my son who said that. He's like, "This is a great movie. I like how they included Aquaman." So
Aw.
because when he
Original.
first gets in there, he has the beard on, and of course, then he shaved to look like Mick. And which again, there's another dude that looks better with a beard. Momoa looks better with a beard.
Yeah, great.
He
Mhm.
shaved in the
100%.
movie?
And without a shirt.
Mhm.
Did you?
So Aquaman, Kathleen. That's what you're Aquaman.
Exactly.
It's just, yeah, okay.
So basically, she's like, "Yeah, if he could run around shirtless and in a tight pair of jeans, my day would have been set."
Or
Not
don't even,
necessarily. He also could have had a long ponytail and was on horseback.
like Drogo, unable to even speak or understand you, which is even better.
I don't even care. He can't argue with me if he can't speak.
I watched the movie. So personally, I've watched the movie 3 times, and I happen to be the byproduct, not necessarily the byproduct, but like I watched it with my brother, and then I came home, and then my parents wanted to watch it, so I watched it with them. And then I had some friends in California that were like, "Oh, hey, we should get together and watch Dune." And I was like, "Okay." So I saw it 3 times, and I picked up something new each time I watched it. So
And one of those was not that Momoa shaved his beard.
nope.
Nick obviously was just not paying enough attention.
There is something that I will say about Momoa when because I did notice as soon as he shaved his beard, I'm like, he looks like a chud like me.
Yes.
Like when you shave the beard,
Baby
you look like
face.
a little baby chud, and you should be pushed into a river off of a cliff.
Baby
So-
face.
So
What?
Jason Momoa and I are going to be holding hands this Friday night as we get pushed off the cliff by Casey into the river.
No, I think
first of all, I'm
you'll
not
have
killing
enough
anyone.
regrowth by Friday. You'll be safe.
Jason wants to know, did you notice, Nick, that he needed his shirt off more?
In that desert? No way.
I thought he
No,
kept
no
the
one can
shirt
live
on.
shirtless. Yeah, it was shocking that his shirt was on so much.
Right.
Listen, I can't do this. I can't pick on a good movie. Let's just talk about 1984's Dune. I can rip that apart.
All right. Well,
But
we
you-
started off talking. We were supposed to be talking about the things that we liked about the movie.
So I
And
will
we
say,
are. Come on, Tim.
I
And
will
honestly,
say,
as an actor, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I also watched it. So some of my friends, they read the book. They did appreciate that Duncan was actually in this movie, whereas the 1984 version, he doesn't even exist.
correct.
Yeah, and he did a great job acting. Like he shows that care for Paul when he gives him the big hug in the desert when he finds him. It's like that's who Duncan Idaho was. And as someone who read the book, I was like, thank you for giving me these bits that didn't exist in it. Now I can finally mock 84.
Well,
Finally, after all these years, there's a good movie out, so I can crap on 84.
Duncan Idaho was in the movie. He was in the 84 movie, but he
Briefly,
was cut
he's
to nothing.
Yeah,
He meant nothing to it.
a line.
Yeah,
and then a
there's
mention.
one scene where he's talking about going ahead of everyone to Arrakis.
Yep.
And they talk real briefly there, and then
Wait, you made it that far into the 1984 one?
I made it 47 minutes into 1984.
You made it a whole 17 minutes further than me.
And
Wait a minute. I was under the impression you have seen this movie before.
I have, and I went back to watch it again. I was like, you know what? Because I watched 2021 twice this weekend. I enjoyed it so much, and I thought, you know what? While I'm doing some paperwork and stuff today, I'm going to play 84 in the background.
Why?
And for 47 minutes, I was questioning my own sanity.
Yeah.
You just need to jump to the 90-minute mark, and that's where that movie gets good.
We're just
Is
gonna
that
take
because
the-
it ends at 91?
No,
Does it end at 91? Is that what's happening?
No, there's
think that's
another
when they start-
120 after.
I think that's when they start riding the sandworms or something
Exactly.
At 90
Well,
minutes.
that's what his
me
name-
off
That's when his name becomes a killing word. That's when Muad'Dib becomes a killing word. That's the best part, bro.
Oh no, Mick's gonna go on a Mick rant. I see it.
Okay, do it.
I see it brewing.
Yeah, because at 90 minutes, he's like, and that's the Dune.
They've
You broke
screwed
it,
this
Tim.
movie up so bad. All right, here's my oh my god, I hate that movie. It's so bad. This new movie, fantastic. Loved it. Watched it twice. That's a big thing for me. Casey knows that. Like, that's a big thing for me to sit down and say I watched Dune twice.
Right.
The Dune
Hey-o.
movie from 1984, what's up, George, is possibly the worst science fiction movie of all time, and that's saying something. How are you boring in space? How are you boring in space? Star Trek tried that, and you know what their most boring episode was? The motion picture, and it was still good. It was still good.
I'd watch
Oh
the
my
motion
God.
picture twice before I'd watch Dune 84 again.
Oh my god,
I
it's
mean, that's
so
fair.
bad, and it doesn't get good at the 90-minute mark.
Yes, it does. It gets better.
No, it doesn't. And the fact
Like,
that they
it gets
Whoa. Getting good and getting better are two totally
yeah,
different
that's two
things.
different things.
I will
I
put it,
mean, I never said it got good. I said I enjoyed it. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, I can't take away.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
At the 30-minute mark, I shut the movie off because I thought that my eyeballs were going to fall out of my head because I was so bored. If
Here's
at
a
the
movie.
90-minute mark, it's better.
But the creepy witch girl didn't keep it going for you?
No!
The weird little Bene Gesserit? His
No!
name became a killing word. Like, that didn't help? No.
No.
And the
It's a
only thing
human
that I
god.
hate
No.
from Warner Brothers is that they did not. I thought going into this, I knew it was going to be broken up into parts.
Right.
Back when it was supposed to come out, and I was like, okay, I know it's going to be parts, so I like the book, so I'm a little more, into it. I'll check it out. Hating that 84 version with David Lynch, the director, and I both hate this movie.
I'll
And
tell you something.
so I step in and I watch this movie, and then I find out they didn't greenlight the second movie yet. Well, first of all, it should be 3 movies. I'll tell you that right now, because the second movie should be the war and the rebellion on Araxis And then the third movie should be the Emperor's plan comes forth at the end of the second movie. And then the third movie, it's all about what the Emperor's actual plan is, and Paul has to go and take over. That's what the movie should be. They should be a trilogy. I'm not going to curse because I know this is a family show, but screw you, Warner Brothers.
Bleep, bleep, bleepers.
Why would you not greenlight this off the bat?
Right. If you're gonna split it into chunks, then greenlight all of the chunks.
I think they were so worried about what the reaction would be, because I think that the base reaction for Dune 84 is very similar to what we're talking about here, where it's a really bad Flash Gordon. And because honestly, that's when I was watching it today, that was the first thing I thought of. And I love Flash Gordon. Don't get me wrong. I love it for all its campiness and silliness and the amazing Queen soundtrack and all those other things. But on the other hand, it's also really bad. You know, you have to be honest about it. It's a really good bad movie.
And there's a difference there, is that you can have a really bad movie that you really, really like because it's campy and cheesy and stupid in a way.
Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Was says that Dune should have been a trilogy. The Hobbit should have been one movie. Someone has their priorities seriously messed up.
It's not priorities. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they just want to make it bigger to make it bigger, make it longer so they can get more money.
I did like that they did simplify. I felt that they simplified the newer one a little bit better and didn't just throw you into a whole bunch of things. They're like, okay, here's a little bit of setup so that even if you didn't read any of the books, you could still watch this and be like, okay,
it still makes sense.
An idea.
Yeah, right. With the new movie, what I like about it is exactly what Nick just said. It's very methodically laid out. So as the story's being told, you're going, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's why this is happening. That's why that's happening. And you kind of see the layers start to unfold and things the story getting built. And it's not just like in 84, it's here's everything.
Yeah.
You know.
It is a vomit-esque sort of situation.
Yeah,
Not
they
just
definitely
that,
launch a lot at you, and it's almost too much. It just comes thrown
Right.
in your face,
But
and
they
it's
throw
just uncomfortable.
every character at you right away. And they're just like, here you go. This is everybody. Just figure it out. And, you know, a lot of people were mad that Fayed isn't in the movie. And I'm like, but he shouldn't be. He doesn't show up till later.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there's no point for him to be in this movie. And plus, it's setting up something so perfect in that they have to get somebody who is just as good as Paul in every way. They didn't do that with Sting. They just gave Sting a baby diaper that was metal and said, hey, I'm your equal. And you're just like, what? Are you kidding me?
Why?
There he came with a bass guitar, some metal underoos, and some hip thrusts, and he was, good to go.
And I mean, like even the YouTube reviews of it have been pretty mixed, which I actually feel is a good thing, because that means that there are so many pros and cons for it. But one of the ones that I was watching today, they were talking about how it's hard to make a movie when there's that much source material.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do want to share all of that source material, but you also have to prioritize what you're going to use and
Right.
when you're going to use it. And I feel like they did way better with that with the 2021 version.
Well, they told the 2021 version in a linear fashion that works, whereas back they were throwing everything at you,
Right.
like Casey said,
Right.
all at once, and you're just like, this doesn't happen for years. What?
Yeah,
What's
it was
happening?
drinking from a fire hose. It was
Yeah,
just
absolutely,
way too much.
Yeah. I call it the snowblower effect, where
Yeah,
everything just, just thrown out there and,
See
you
what
hope
sticks.
something lands. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, 2021 definitely came through with a concise story, and they told it in a way that makes it palatable. And that's one of the beautiful parts about it, is they made it simple and they made it easy, and they kind of created this character that now you're invested in, and you're invested in the other characters. And that's what 84 did not do at all, unfortunately, was make you care. Like Paul Atreides was just a jerk. Like
Right.
in 84, you're like, who cares about Kyle MacLachlan? He plays
he
a good
was just-
jerk, whatever.
He was just a
He does
whiny
play the
guy.
jerk.
So, one of the things I like about this movie, because it is a science fiction movie. Now, I'm not going to give 84 much crap about it, because it was 1984. We're in 2021. There's an increase of technology.
Star Wars Return of the Jedi came out a year before. Star Trek had already been out with like 3 different movies.
I said too much. I said
nah.
too much. I'm not going to give it too much crap.
Mick gives it no credit.
No credit.
Mick's giving it all the crap. All the crap's going right to it. But I do like the fact that the technology that they showed in this movie with, you know, the thopters and the sand crawlers to pick up the spice, and the thopters were friggin' amazing. But you know, the shields were way more believable in this version of the movie than 84. That whatever that blurry block thing was over Captain Picard was awful.
The 8-bit shields.
Yeah, the 8-bit shields, exactly. It's like I kept waiting to hear the Legend of Zelda play behind him.
Right?
I want to know.
Some of those shields were cooler in Tron.
Exactly.
I would love to sit down with an interview for Patrick Stewart and just say, so what was it like in, was it 1987 when you actually walked on a real sci-fi set and it actually worked rather than that garbage movie you were in 1984? And he'd agree with me because he knows what good acting is.
Yes.
He's the only good actor in that movie. Not in that movie. A lot of those actors got better after.
Right.
Okay.
Or were better before.
But in Dune specifically.
In Dune specifically, there was no good acting.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was going to move on to another topic of something that I did like was I liked how they portrayed the Baron in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did and I didn't.
What, you didn't want to see a guy with boils all over his face again?
I did not like what they did to Stellan Skarsgård, but that's just because I think he deserves better.
No, but that's the whole point of the Baron.
It is.
Yeah, he's supposed to be disgusting.
It's gross.
Yeah. And he was very good and ominous, and with the neck thing lighting up and the Cybertronics as part of him, he was awesome.
I like how they gave him like a Godfather kind of feel.
And Stellan Skarsgård does that beautifully. Like he's got that attitude about him.
No, Kathleen, he did it ugly. That was the point.
Well,
so here's another point in comparison between the Barons. So in 84, when that version of the Baron just kind of floats up to the ceiling, like
actually make it
like
he drank
84 version to see the Baron.
Yeah,
flipping pop or whatever.
Like he's got flubber in his shorts, you know, just got
up he went to him, and we're just like, hey, go ahead, up, let's get out of here.
But in this version, so he's sitting there, you know, he's talking to the Bene Gesserit, and you know, and then after she walks away, just the elevation, I was like, ooh, it was so much more impressive than just, oh, look, somebody popped the balloon and it's floating away. You know,
but the reveal of the elevation over the table.
Yeah.
When he's going, and you're just like, okay,
you see the feet drag.
He uses this to intimidate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool.
Yeah. It wasn't just like, hey, watch me fly.
Right.
Yeah, because the 84 Baron did not like worry me. I don't even know what noise I did for the flubber noise. I'll be honest with you.
No, the 84 Baron worried me for every like person on set that he was going to take into his dungeon basement with his video camcorder because he looked like and acted like a clear pervert.
He actually also reminded me. For me, he was the why I shouldn't eat that much sugar. Yeah, that's why he scared me. I was like, I don't need that extra candy bar.
Exactly.
You're your leprosy guy.
Yeah,
you know, but this guy, like Nick said, this guy had the Godfather feel to him, where there was intimidation, there was something to be worried about the House of Harkonnen in this one that was clearly not available in 84.
I think outside of the story, even that as people watch this and they realize the incredible actor that Stellan Skarsgård is, and they realize where his sons got it from a little more, I think that they'll appreciate more of their work too, which makes me happy. Yeah. Because they need to be appreciated. I don't think
my personal feeling on that is Dune is not Stellan Skarsgård's.
It's not at all
performance, and like you can watch any movie he's in and see that.
King Arthur, I think he carries that kind of villain over very well into the Baron, and that's one of my favorite roles that he's ever done. When he just gives that line, you know, when is a gift not a gift? It's like, whoa,
yeah, he nailed that.
Creepy.
There were a couple of times though where I was watching him and I'm like, oh, that's where Bill gets it from.
So what's the and I'm sorry, and I cannot pronounce the other group,
Atreides?
The Legion. No, not Atreides, not Harkonnen, the one that starts with an S.
The Sarakanan,
the Skirtagard or something like that.
Skirtgard.
Yeah, I think it's Skirtgard. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
I never know how to pronounce it properly.
Yeah, but okay, so in 84's version, they're just kind of plopped on set that here we are, and we're gonna help out, and we'll send this many legions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this version of the movie, those dudes are freaks. And I was like, all right, this got a little creepy and it got a little cool, and it made you understand the level of danger that was coming to Araxis to attack the Atreides.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just going to be just a, hey, we're here to fight.
Well, that's the one thing I really liked about it was when Harkonnen's army shows up, their uniform in this, they're actually well done. In the other movie, it just kind of seemed like a ragtag group that just comes out. Like when they showed them, they're like, oh, they're all in uniform. Like the Harkonnen keeps this tight. Like it's not just some army planet that just puts together whatever they have.
Right. There was an actual plan to what they were doing and how they were approaching it. Like, so there's the hallway scene where the Harkonnen's coming in from this side, and then you've got the Skirtgard that are coming in from this side, but they're repelling down from the. And I was like, ooh,
yeah, those are creepy. Those guys are coming for that. That was a scary idea of them coming after to attack you. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as much cool stuff as we've seen in this show, what was it that you didn't like? I have one particular thing about this movie that I really don't like, and I'm hoping that I can move past it, but it drives me nuts.
If I could just throw one more thing to the positive real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Bene Gesserit, I think, were done so much better in this movie.
I
thought they were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect.
They weren't
it actually seems like a real, like not, I don't want to say organization, but a real
organization.
Yeah.
It was it was you understood this hierarchy and who they were and what they stood for, and the fact that they interact with every other house. Like it's like, oh, okay, this is they rise above almost. It's very cool to kind of get that, and that was just perfectly done in this movie.
No,
I really
now on to the stuff we hate.
No, real quick. One thing I really liked were the ships and how each ship was like the Dragonfly ship for the Atreides, like water based. So
cool.
It makes sense. And all of the ships like being, you could tell they're a part of their culture of their planet.
I feel visually it was spectacular.
I wonder if a ship like that would actually fly.
The Thopter?
Yeah. I mean,
dragonflies fly.
Well, I know that, but like, I'd like to see someone actually make a real Thopter and just be like.
Plus, it's just fun to say.
Thopter.
I'm going to ride a
Thopter doing. Oh, Thopter's good. If you lose a wing on your Thopter, you're in for a hell of a ride.
I said Thopter, and then my mama put me in the corner. All right. So, yeah, there was a lot of cool things. You're right. The ships are very cool. I do like that, how they were in. And if they made a Thopter, man, I think it'd be fun to ride. All right. So, let's talk. Like I said, there's just a couple things that drove me nuts about the whole movie. And it's something, it's one particular character and the way it's run through the show. So for me, if you guys want me to go first, I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead. You're in the batter's box. Get to it.
Okay. Lady Jessica.
Oh, really? You didn't like her?
I did not like her character. I didn't like the way she was portrayed. My problem was, and I was trying to look at this from the
1984 version.
No. That would have screwed everything up. No, well, I was trying to look at her as a person, as someone who has gone through some crap, because everything that happens, that woman created more moisture on Arrakis than has ever been present on that planet. She cries the entire movie, and she's an emotional wreck. And the only thing I can think of is that she's gone through some crap with the Bene Gesserit because she broke the rules. She, produced a male child when she wasn't supposed to. She's taught him the ways of the Bene Gesserit, and he had to go through the testing and all these things. And there's all these reasons why she's afraid for him. And I keep thinking that maybe that's why she is the way she is, and why her character is portrayed the way it's portrayed. And I'm hoping it gets better in part 2, because part 1 it drove me nuts.
I don't see how she was crying the entire time.
Go watch it again.
She does cry a lot.
Okay,
The whole time
so-
he's in for the testing, to put the hand in the box, she's standing outside the door, almost doubled over in tears and crying.
There's a reason for that, though.
Yeah,
She's taking that pain.
No, I know.
Because
That pain.
she's connected to him.
Mhm.
I know that, and like I said, I'm trying to put myself in the position of
parents?
she's as a
You are
parent.
parents.
Well, yeah, but
apparently you didn't get it.
apparently, no, but from her perspective of being so connected to him and knowing what he's going through, knowing that she's broken the rules, and and all these things, and I'm trying to put all together, and that maybe that's why there's so much crying.
I have so many issues with these. She broke the rules.
So she broke the rule because she was supposed to only have daughters. By having Paul, she was trying to push to have the mind that will connect and help fold time and space.
Like, I get that in the story.
Right.
But my brain is doing the biologically, that's not her fault.
No, correct. And I completely understand that. But the fact that she broke the rules means the house mother still had to put her through more trials. She went through all of these sort of like punishments in order to just marry, so like she had to go through a lot. Like this woman is very strong, and the strength comes from her breaking too. I think we see how strong she is through the breaking that much, that having the one who, what kind of dreams has she had? If she's so concerned about his dreams, she's probably had some pretty screwed up dreams too. So
Self-edit, good job.
But also because you see a loving mother through it. And we're going to see that more in the next one, because like she does truly love her son and wants him to be safe. That's why at the end she's pleading with him, like, no, just take us off the planet. We want to be gone.
Right.
We don't want to be here. Like, and it like breaks her heart when he's like, no, I'm one of them now. And it's
also at the end, how she just shows her skill in fighting. Like she's got skill.
Oh yeah.
And
she's brutal.
Yeah.
When she takes the Fremen leader. Yeah.
It was amazing.
I'm pretty sure we all know that she's great and the character's great. It's just that Tim and Kathleen hate women, obviously.
The only woman I hate.
Easy.
Jesus Christ!
You pump those brakes, Kathleen.
Calm down. It was a joke.
I wanted to have none of that.
What are you doing? That was a joke.
You don't have the right to hate my friend.
Oh.
So
okay. I'll try.
All right.
There was only one time where she cried that I was slightly confused at. It was when she was walking down one of the hallways. I think they were on Arrakis, and then she like broke down crying and then like continued forward.
See, now
That's
I will
just a
also say
Tuesday.
that that's a Tuesday.
Please don't cry me. Keep going. Come on.
What is happening here?
So again, we're back to focused on forward.
Yeah,
And,
Tim, you need to get her on your show, man.
Season 3 coming up.
You're gonna need a special.
So,
or 4.
so one of the things I've always said is I'm willing to go back and watch things through a different perspective. And so, having heard what both Casey and Nick said about, maybe some of the things that she's gone through, I'll go back and watch it again and try and look at it from that perspective of, what because that was what I was trying to think of during the whole movie was, is there something, because I haven't read these books since I was a teenager. I don't remember anything really about them, much. And I tried to forget everything from 84 Dune, although I tried putting that back in my brain today and that hurt. So my memories of this are very faint. So trying to understand, why this woman's crying, what's going on, what's the issue here? Because it seems like, my first cursory pass through of the movie, it seemed like for the first about 45 minutes of the movie, it's her doubled over in tears.
Yo, could not agree more. I totally back that 100% because I had the exact same reaction. It wasn't until the second viewing where I really grasped onto that thought and went, "Oh, dang, she's been through some stuff."
See, but
that's
badass. It didn't bother me with the crying because I kind of understood it. Just from from compassion, empathy,
Just from being a generally good person. Gosh.
WW, what would Ted Lasso do? Not that Jesus guy, Ted Lasso. Let's get it right. The mustache, just like Nick. So, no, I took it. from the point of view of like, as his mother, and as he's not even supposed to exist,
Right.
how much stress does that put on her and her people? And how much is she feeling through all of this and seeing and going through? So, like, the crying didn't bother me because, again, like Nick said, especially at the end, like, she showed true strength in other areas.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And see, now, like I said, I need to go back and watch it. I watched it twice, but I want to go back and watch it again
And
with that perspective.
I need to watch it again because the first, like, half hour of the movie, I was so distracted by the, what have I seen her in? What else was she in? Why do I know that actress? And then when I realized it was from seeing her in Greatest Showman, and I'm like, oh.
And the moment that she cried in the tent is because he had a breakdown as well.
Yeah.
And he was like, what did you do to me? Like, this is your fault.
Yeah, because he's the Lisan Al Gaib, and only she knows that he's supposed to die before he can become Muad'Dib. So it's like, that might be something else that's driving her insane. Is the fact that she knows, she's seen that. Maybe that's her dream.
And I also just want to point out that both of those were words that I've been wanting to be able to pronounce all night, and I left them alone because I knew I would slaughter them. But I was just waiting for Casey to say them. Well done, Casey.
Well, that's why. I mean, I'm sure Nick too. But like, if you need a geek thing said that you can't understand, Casey will tell you.
I'm always here to help.
And that's not a put down. I don't care what anybody says.
No.
Dude knows has pronunciations of like the geek world.
I'm not as good as Casey.
No, you cut it out. You're amazing, Nick.
not with pronunciations. You should see us
in fact, Nick,
some of
change your name to Amazing Nick, because Compassionless Tim over here pegged it properly.
Apparently, I am free of all compassion.
So my only major issue with the movie, having never read the books and only seeing half hour of the first rendition of the movie, is legitimately just a production thing. It is just a production issue. I hate Warner Brothers sound. I hate how quiet their dialogue is and how blaringly loud everything else is.
Yeah.
Because when you're trying to watch a movie when your kid's asleep, you can't freaking hear them talk. But then you have to like crank the volume back down before there's explosions.
You know, Kathleen, actually, like when he makes his movies like that, he said completely that he's not keeping you in mind and your child.
I know.
So that way, so he makes it blare even louder.
For those of us with tiny houses, come on, people.
So tiny houses and tiny people.
I did have an issue with the whole sound aspect because so
true.
Like we had the TV up to 90 when normally we watch stuff at like 25. So I'm like, why? Like,
oh, that's like the Game of Thrones contrast. Why did I have to crank my brightness up to 89 to see anything? What in the world's going on? No, I couldn't agree more. I always have issues with that sound factor as well. It makes me have to just read everything.
And like, I have no problem with subtitles because I get distracted and it's easier to have the my eyes saw the words, so now my brain can understand what they know. You actually heard them too. And
there were a few words I will say in the movie that I was like,
it makes sense, Mick. Don't mock me.
No.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying you just woman-splained subtitles to us.
I loved the subtitles with it as well because I was able to understand those things.
I had to do the same thing
more than anything else.
Hey, I watched the first episode of Squid Game, and I'm right there. I know what's going on.
Now, if you're not understanding it, you put the subtitles on the bottom of the screen, and you can read it, and it tells you exactly what they're saying. Love you, Kathleen. All right, so anyway,
I feel bitter because of it.
I will just say the one thing I didn't like about the movie.
Yeah, please.
And that's a big deal because I hated the 84 movie so much. It sucks. Dune sucks. 1984. Can't say that about 2021.
Because we love you. You stop it.
I think they ended it in the wrong part. I understand why they did it. They wanted to have a little more Zendaya. They wanted to show the sandworms and riding, which is completely on par with not the fact that Paul didn't invent that,
right.
I would have ended it after he killed him and rose up and he became one of them. And once they said you are one of us, and you saw her face where she's crying. End it there. You go to the next one, and then that's where the movie takes place.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's absolutely one of my biggest gripes was the ending point. More just the fact that it ended. I was so angry.
True.
I was
like
so mad when it ended.
I was really into the movie when it quit. I was like, wait, what's
She's
happening?
like,
I feel like now knowing that the second one has been greenlit, that the ending is a little bit easier to handle.
Agreed. Yes.
A little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah, I still wanted more.
I didn't even know it was going to be done in parts, and I totally missed the whole wordage saying part 1. And
you miss a lot of things.
This is the first time through it, so
I didn't catch the part 1 until I watched it the second time. So
yeah, and I was like, we like looked at the time, and we're sitting at like 2 hours, and I'm like, there's so much more to this story. What are they going to do in this last half hour? And
Season 8
just
they're going to 84 it.
They're going to season 8 of Game of Thrones it.
I was afraid they were going to do that. I was like, are they going to give us everything in 25 minutes? Because that would suck.
Yeah.
If that's what happens here.
And he went on to become death.
What? And then he's the emperor. No.
They just everything's like exposition for the next 25 minutes.
Oh,
all you're doing is
It's
reading
actually just a
screen, which
stick
then all of a
drawing
sudden
book.
I don't know what to do unless Kathleen tells me. So it's like, I don't know what happens in the rest of the movie.
Thank you
I didn't
for
even know who
appreciating
worked on the
movie.
movie.
Somebody does tonight.
Here's him riding the sandworm. Okay, now what we have next here? Oh, geez, they're them's fighting. Look at he's fighting. He took over the city, and then they destroyed House Harkonnen. Oh, geez, there. Okay.
so
All right.
what would you say is our overall feeling of the new Dune?
I made it significantly farther into it than I did the first one.
That's your overall feeling?
It is.
Progress.
I haven't
Progress.
actually finished it yet.
It's progress. So
Amazing. That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
have not
amazing.
finished my first watch through of it yet.
Dune
Did they add part 1 after
1984.
the sequel was
sucks.
greenlit, like how
Dune
Star Wars after
2021.
episode 4.
Amazing.
We're being digitally gaslit, probably.
Probably it could have happened. Could have been a thing. It's possible.
Right now, John, no, that didn't happen.
Exactly.
I will 100% admit I was supposed to watch Dune this weekend, and instead I binge watched Schmigadoon.
Brigadoon?
No,
Schmigadoon.
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 Oh my
Apple
gosh, it's
show.
on Apple TV. It's flipping
It's a
hilarious.
comedy where a couple gets stuck in a town that's a singing town,
Like a
you see in
1940s
old
musical.
movies.
It's a play off of Brigadoon.
Yeah.
Casey, there's an entire musical number about corn pudding.
Okay, I'm in. Sold.
It is
All right. So anyway,
phenomenal.
There's science to it and everything.
I love
Martin
science,
Short's a
bro.
leprechaun.
Okay,
Why
well,
can't we
Martin
talk
Short.
about Schmigadoon? It's a funny show. This is funny science fiction.
It's about a show that just
Podcast.
randomly appears.
We
I
have
mean,
to talk
come on,
about
we don't know if
comedies
it's
and
science.
science
We don't
fiction.
know if it's science fiction or not. They get trapped in a town, Tim. It could be.
it might
It's like
be.
sliders.
Hey, let's talk about another sci-fi thing because we're done with Dune here. Everybody seemed to appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
I think-
love the new one.
The
Absolutely made me
Atlanta
feel
season
good.
3 trailer.
What's
What?
that?
The Atlanta season 3 trailer. Amazing.
All right.
Okay.
Is that
Does
sort of
nobody
like
know
the,
the show Atlanta?
No, I
Really?
know Atlanta is just a little left field.
I was just like, okay, sure.
Because
Let's
they're not
talk
going to
about
let him
that.
go back to science fiction. It's not left
We li-
field. We're
We
just
like
doing
Mick
that.
and his left fieldness.
This whole
I
bit was
I
on-
just I just thought we were going to
Good
talk
night,
about,
everybody.
about something
Did
else.
we have anything other than left field tonight?
You know, like the book of Boba
Look
Fett.
at the podcast
did
guy.
you
Thank you for
literally
watching our
comment on
show
your own
tonight.
show and then bring the comment on to change the time? There are banners you can use.
I
You-
know
He's trying to
that's
get our
better.
attention.
And you
Speaking of banners,
commented, we're
yeah,
going to
let's put
talk
that
about
up.
Book of Boba Fett.
I was supposed to
Boba
put that up like a long
Fett.
time
Made
ago.
it 53 minutes into tonight's
53
episode,
minutes
and you
into
have
the show, I
not
put the
liked and
banner up. We're
subscribed
doing-
already. Please
We're
do so.
we're doing great. All right, so
Smash
Book of
that
Boba
like
Fett.
and subscribe button. Smash it.
Even if
All right.
that's just as you're trying to find the escape button. Run away.
All right, so Book of Boba Fett. The trailer dropped. I think it was today, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
It's
that.
the first time I saw it was today. So
What?
apparently I have to wait till December 29th to start watching this because Disney hates me.
Less than 2 months away.
Right?
That's 2 months too long.
They love
Oh.
you enough to at least be giving it to you.
They're
One
different.
episode a week at a time.
Oh well, that's
That's
terrible.
just because they need you to keep your subscription going. If they give it all
Actually,
to you at once,
you know
you'll
what?
watch it and you'll binge and you'll be done.
You know what?
God
I've
forbid
actually
they have
grown.
to pay for the stuff they make.
I've actually grown to appreciate the going back to the one episode a week like it was when I was a kid, and getting the suspense and looking forward to the next episode, having something to talk about with your friends in between. Not, hey, I watched all of season 2 of Stranger Things. You know, what did you think of it? Well, I haven't watched season 1 yet. Well, what the hell? You know, so
season 2 yet.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
what the crap, Kathleen?
I have
Anyway.
a problem, okay?
So anyway, but
I
I am very excited for Boba Fett. Like, really excited for Boba Fett to actually have some quality screen time, to get into his story, and
to not just be thrown in a Sarlacc pit.
Rude.
Ta-da.
AKA Sandworm.
Truth. That's what happened.
Fuck.
It's not like she lied and was just like,
I'm dropping
"Screw this
truth bombs
guy."
over here and apparently offending everybody.
That's
Are
right.
Are we not taking Return of the Jedi into account when we talk about the movies?
Yeah, but it's still, you know.
Yeah, but
I mean, I understand he wasn't really fated to do much after watching his dad's head roll right towards him. He was like, "Well, guess shouldn't mess with Jedi, huh?"
Well, my
Whoopsies.
life's gonna suck.
Yeah, good luck, me.
That would be great if that was like his line. He was like, "Not messing with them."
All right, we got
Screw these
4
Jedi.
minutes left here.
we have no time constraint anymore. There's
Wait.
nobody going on
Oh, we
after
don't?
us.
No, we have no time limits. We can go as long
Oh.
as we want.
Okay, well, in that case,
All night long.
Just like
No.
You
Lionel.
got me for 4 minutes. Come on.
Fine, we'll keep Casey then.
All right.
Hi.
Okay.
Well, let's take the next.
What?
He
Oh,
left.
he actually
He
left.
is
No.
gone.
No.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Wow.
Oh, boo.
Mick, I just want to say you hurt my feelings, and that was very wooed. I was just gonna say, Mick, tell us all about the wonderful stuff that you've got
There he
coming
is.
up. Oh, now he's back in the green room, wanting to come back into the show. Look at me leave completely. I think
I
somebody.
will go put my feet up and eat candy.
You
I got the
stop
feel-
it.
I get the feeling that somebody hit the wrong button completely, because you were out of studio and gone.
I know. That's what I hit. I hit leave studio. I can't put myself in the green room.
Oh well, that's true. That is true. So I was getting to a point where I was going to say, well, it seems that we're all really excited for Book of Boba Fett. I know we're kind of glossing over it, but I really do want to get to a point where you guys can tell us about some of the stuff that you guys got coming up on Scene Snobs. I know you guys got some cool stuff coming.
Do we?
you
Well,
said-
we've got Real Combat that's
Yeah.
been cruising along, and it's been a blast of a show.
Yeah,
I've been
this,
having a lot
one
of fun
one.
convincing Mick to watch a movie, and it's been a wonderful debate show.
This
was a
week
lot of fun.
actually starts the non-horror version. You can do any genre you want. So
Ooh.
we are going down to one episode a week, though. It was 2, but now we're going to do 1 from now on.
Are you still planning a tournament of champions?
Yes, I am.
Whee!
It's going to be interesting. I want to get some more people on that are non-horror specific.
I'm looking at you, the offender.
Oh no, the offender stays in jail. She ain't coming on. No, you know what?
I
it is?
still
It's-
won. I still get to go in the tournament of champions.
Okay,
Come
Oh,
on.
it's like Pete Rose. It's gonna be great.
we'll see.
Rob me of
Kathleen,
the-
I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Oh, John and Kathleen could go head to head. It'll be
We
Battle in
could.
the Kingdom
interesting
of
to
Lost.
say the least. Although he said I'll keep Casey, so that will be an unaired episode. So just so you guys know, with the Scene Snobs podcast, we are brand new tomorrow night live, back after our Halloween events. We'll be talking about that and more.
I'll be in the
Unfortunately, Casey will no longer be a part of the show, considering I guess he got adopted by Funny Science Fiction.
What?
I just found out about it.
Whichever one of us.
John Ross said they're keeping you. What am I
If it
supposed
helps
to
you,
do here?
Casey, we just found out about it too, but brother, we will totally keep you.
I don't know what's
You
happening. I
son of a
need an
bitch.
adult.
How
Why do
dare
mommy and
you?
daddy always throw me around?
Casey, you are the adult.
Well, if
Well-
you need an adult, you're in trouble because
Yeah,
Casey and
oh,
I
I've
will
been
be-
there. Been in lots
You
of
need
trouble.
an adultier adult.
Casey and I will be live and in charge tomorrow night on the Scene Snobs podcast. Just go to the scenesnobs.com and that's where everything is.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, all of our RSS feeds, all the things and bobs and doohickeys and buttons and pressies. So like us and go give us 5 stars and review us and then tell us how terrible we did.
I like it.
As a longtime subscriber, I can tell you that you're not worth leaving a negative review for. So make sure that you leave them a positive review. They got a really good show. Honestly, give them 5 stars.
Negative review.
Thank you so much.
Tim is not compassionless. Change your name.
Yeah, you just swapped it. Look, his heart grew at the end. It took the course of the episode, and his heart has grown 4 times its size.
Did we Grinch?
You Grinched Tim.
Oh no, quiet down, Kathleen. You turned into the Grinch. Tim.
No, you didn't.
Not surprising. I will be the Grinch until like January 15th at this point.
All right. We'll be back on Funny Science Fiction on January 28th.
There you go.
Once seasonal depression goes away, I'll be fine.
So last Friday, we released our interview with Renee Jacobs, and if you don't know who that is, check out this little promo video.
I'm getting there. Okay, got it.
Business is good. And at the moment, April O'Neil, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hi, my name is Renee Jacobs, and I did the voice of April O'Neil on the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I'm on Funny Science Fiction Podcast. Welcome.
So that was our last week's episode. You can still find that at Funny Science Fiction on our YouTube channel.
You don't say.
And that's
on
all,
our
folks.
YouTube channel and your favorite audio podcast providers. And remember, your subscription to our YouTube channel is a major help.
All right, and so that was last Friday. This Friday, I'm so excited, guys.
We're all really excited about this Friday.
I'm so excited. I'm interrupting Nick and just like kiboshing what he's saying because
she's like, "Hurry up and shut up so I can talk."
This week, we get the coolest guest we've had on Funny Science Fiction ever.
Thanks.
Pretty sure. I'm sorry, guys. I love you.
Love you too.
No, it's totally great.
But
I'm fine with it.
this week on Friday, we put up our interview with a very, very special guest, the only bar, grill, and hollow suite arcade owner in the galaxy who could properly teach us all of the rules of acquisition. Check out the trailer.
I'm your host, the proprietor, a sympathetic ear to the wretched souls that pass through these portals. Who said anything about volunteering? We can haggle over price later.
Hi, I'm Armin Schimmelman, and welcome to Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
Everybody look at Casey's face. Everybody look at
So if you got excited and went, "Holy crap, that's Quark," we did the same thing.
You got to talk to Quark?
No, I'm calling BS. What do you mean you got excited, Tim? You hate Star Trek.
I'm coming around, and I was really excited to talk to Armin. He has a lot of other things too. So
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Like, so grew
so
up on DS9. Love DS9. Quark is my favorite. I struggled with this interview so much because I was so freaking excited.
And he was the principal in Buffy. Come on.
No.
Sorry, I should not squeak so loud.
No, you never apologize for your squeak.
I just want to be able to make it so that humans can still hear me.
That's awesome.
So we're really excited to have Armin on. We had a really great chat with him. We talk about, of course, his time on Buffy. We talk about a bunch of other projects that he's done as well. He's also an author, and this upcoming Friday, as our episode drops, he has a new book releasing this upcoming Friday, part of a trilogy of books that he's written. And so we talked to him about that, his writing process, everything else. Not only that, but we also put it out to our Facebook group and asked our Facebook group members to, if they could ask a question of Quark or Armin, what would they like to ask? And so we asked him a few of those as well, and he was kind enough to answer. So you want to be sure to tune in this Friday on Funny Science Fiction, or either on YouTube or your favorite audio podcast destination, and you'll be able to check that out. But it's an amazing interview. Armin was extremely gracious, wonderful guy to talk with, and we can't wait to have him back.
I'm going to throw one more thing out there about Friday. It's the release of his book. And the dude turns 72.
Yeah.
73.
So, yeah.
73? I just looked it up and totally forgot.
72, 73. 73, yeah.
So that's a lot of cool stuff to
it's a big Friday for him. So
it is.
We're very excited to have it. So please, go and check that out. And of course, as excited as we are about that, we don't want to forget our guest tonight because Mick felt
the nowhere near as good as Kathleen's favorite guest that's coming on Friday.
But look, at least you know it. It's out there in the world for you to know, Nick. It's not hidden in the shadows anymore.
Listen, guys, this is Funny Science Fiction Podcast. When we need guests, you're our guys.
Until we can find the cooler guys.
When they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, what's up? You got us.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much, though, for being on the show tonight. Really excited to see what you guys got coming up.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
I wish everyone could watch Casey's face as he watched that little promo video.
Right?
He was like,
I was pissed that I didn't get to see his face because I know as soon as he started talking, as soon as Rules of Acquisition was named,
I said bar, grill, and holodeck, and I watched his eyes go.
His eyes got really big, and then his mouth started matching the size of his eyes.
That's good. That's good. I had Helen Udy on, who played Quark's girlfriend on the show for one episode, and Casey was excited. So as soon as I heard Rules of Acquisition, in my mind, Casey's head exploded, and I have no co-host tomorrow. What's happening? Bring me back. I don't want to see this. I want to see if my best friend and my co-host is dead.
There was a part of the interview where all of a sudden I have tunnel vision. I'm going to pass out in the middle of this interview. Nope. We are maintaining consciousness. We've got this.
Just start pinching my thighs. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm still alive. I can breathe. I'm okay.
And we learned something about his character as Quark.
Yeah, there's a really neat part in the interview that you're going to want to watch. A little bit of Quark trivia.
Ooh, I like it.
We'll be checking it out for sure.
And it's also really fun to watch Tim get corrected by Armin Shimmerman for saying Ferengi wrong.
I did say Ferengi wrong.
Yeah, Whoa. Captain Star Trek fan.
Ferengi.
Did I just say it wrong again?
No, you said it right this time.
I was saying
I think after Armin corrected you 3 times?
Twice. The third time I got it on my own. I double checked before I said it. He corrected me twice. Hey, would you look at the time? We got to go. All right, we're over our time limit.
And Tim is now never doing a show with Kathleen ever again.
That seems unfortunate.
That's 2 shows.
And done.
That's 4 more interviews this week.
All right, guys. Well,
Mick's so mad he's kicking gas.
I knocked over my Ouija board.
Oh, no!
Don't have that.
Did you knock it over or did it knock itself over?
What would you look at the time?
You know why I have it? Because ghosts aren't real.
True story.
All right,
guys.
Know
who believes in them? The ones who didn't say anything.
Well, that's our show.
No, they just don't want to get into it.
Well, would you look at the time? We've got a thing.
Guys!
That's a whole nother episode.
8 minutes after an hour.
Yeah, we're only 8 minutes over. It's not really that big of a deal.
On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FunnySci-Fi, or you can go to DraytonAllen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.